Hello and welcome back. This deck just 5-0'd the most recent Standard League event, and today we're going to be taking it and trying to convert it to a best of one deck. It's going to be brutal, almost impossible, but we're going to try. So the core issue is that 15% of our meta and Mythic and best of one is going to be either mono red or Boros red, and we just have nothing. We just have nothing to deal with that, especially if we're on the draw. The only thing we really have is maybe the Drowner could get flashed in, and maybe we could tap down a Screaming Nemesis, and maybe we could shuffle it away, and that's really the only defense we have. And then if we're lucky, we play some big creatures, and we can block the rest of this stuff and maybe win the game. But yeah, if we don't have the Drowner, we're just gonna get brutalized by the Nemesis. And then of course, versus the other creature matchups, the mono white life gain matchup, creatures get huge. We cannot fight their 13/13s, just too small. And then the mono green matchups, we can't fight their 64/64. So SIMIC is a tough color combination to play in best of one. There's not even any data on untapped.gg for any SIMIC deck in best of one. It's that bad. We're definitely not going to run Spell Pierce. We are instead going to, of course, run Into the Flood Maw. This is our only answer to the big creatures. So we're going to run at least 3 and probably going to cut Bushwhack all the way down to 1. I think the way I'm going to take the mana base, I think I'm okay having a Bushwhack. Maybe it just helps us hit our land. Maybe late game we have a big creature, we can fight something. But for the most part, it's got to be Into the Flood Maw. Gosh, all right, what next to do? Mockingbird is interesting, but I only like it in the deck as a way to potentially copy the Drowner, as it's our only real removal spell against a lot of the meta. But overall, if that's the only reason I really want it, I don't think I want this card. Instead, I really want to take the deck more in the direction of just like mono green Stompy with a couple good blue cards in here. So let's go ahead and start cutting this, and let's start adding in more Curiosity. This is one of the best reasons to play blue with a green creature deck, right? It's a 4 mana 4/3, 4 toughness matters. It draws you a bunch of cards. It helps you with some things that mono green has as weaknesses, which is you get swept and you lose the game. Hey, you get swept, you left over with a Curiosity, or you flash it in after the sweeper. I'm also going to look for some more green creatures in the 3-drop that either already have 4 power or can grow up to 4 power pretty easily, and we're going to look to try to pair it with the Herd Heirloom. I think this is probably one of the biggest incentives to run this color combination, is to run some big stompy creatures that, let's see, where is this guy? What do I want? Here, Surak. I think a single legendary Surak is pretty good. And then there's this random little 3 mana 2/2 Warden of the Grove I think could be decent. We could scale it up to 4 power without too much trouble. Can hopefully also add in a couple of the Herd Heirlooms. Like I said, I think this is one of the main reasons to run this color combination. Just trying to get some big creatures out, draw some cards. I'm going to cut the Quantum Riddler too. And some like long best of 3 games. Pretty good top deck. Warp it in, draw a card. Play it out as a 5 mana dragon late game, pretty good. But yeah, I think best of one game is just too fast, and I don't think really going to have too much time to dirtle with that. I'm going to take out the Schooner. I just think on the draw, we're going to get steamrolled so many times that I just don't have space for that. And then in order to make space for anything else, I'm going to cut a couple of recruits, and let's see what we're left over with. 23 land. I think we can even go down to 23 land. Yes, 23 land's okay. Yeah, I think we could do this. I think this is roughly what we're going to run. You could cut 1 more land and put in like an extra recruit maybe, or even a Flood Maw, but we'll try this out. 23 land with some Herd Heirlooms and Curiosities. Hopefully we can draw the rest of it. I actually do like the creature lands in this deck. I'm not going to cut too many of those. Yeah, it will be awkward if too many Sanctuaries show up. We don't have the mana to cast it, but these cards are pretty easily convertible into 4-powered creatures, which we can pair with the Herd Heirloom and other stuff. So we'll keep it like this, and then we'll just double check the mana base here. We got 4 on blue. That's 7 total. We can probably go a bit higher on green, right? So that's 6 and 6, 23 land. You could also play the Tidebender, but it doesn't really scale that easily up to a 4-powered creature unless you have like a map token off the Sentinel. Counter spells like look cool. Like maybe we could counter a Nemesis, but I don't know, if opponent goes turn 1 Rabbit, turn 2 a Johnny, you're just behind the 8 ball. Unable to Scream looks cool, but again, you nab in a Johnny, it already has 4 counters on it. It actually just isn't good enough. Ooze is okay, but we don't have really good ways to kill creatures because we're in SIMIC, so bouncing is really the way to go. So yeah, this is what we have to work with. We're gonna run it in ranked best of 1 standard. It's gonna be a tough day. I just don't think there's really a way to do this color combination in best of 1, but we'll give you the unedited experience. So if we lose every game, just is what it is. Just is what it is. Nothing to be done. Higgy, please have mercy on me. On the play, 3 lands. Sure, we'll keep this. Alright, Breeding Pool enters tapped. Okay. How good is ramp here? Not that good, right? Next turn we just go Warden, nothing else. Rookie doesn't actually scale that well just yet, though. We don't have any creatures to scale it up. That's one issue with running the Warden. I think, in doubt, we'll just ramp. Alright, so it's artifacts. So 3 drops are good. Okay, we could use the map token here. We really want the Warden down as early as possible, though. So I think we'll do it this way. Get this guy scaling as quickly as possible. Not sure if we're going wide or tall. Obviously going wide does not help with Star Cage. Interesting, 2-mana open, okay. Could double Rookie, could Sentinel. I think we want to try to draw. Let's try this. There's unfortunately Stick here, which likely means they have the I think they're going to flash in the Saw Blades here. That's okay. Yep. Okay. We can still play the Drowner post Star Cage. So we'll end here. Synth, alright. So it begins. To bottom, nice. Okay, we were hoping not for a Star Cage then. Okay, to 16. Sentinel survives the Star Cage. Everything else goes. We could potentially Flood Maul bounce it at some point. It's a Bricks. They hit the white land. They can still play a 3-drop this turn. Do nothing. That is huge for us. Okay. I think this is okay. I think we won't use anything. We'll flash in a Drowner post-combat. This grows the Rookie by 1, though. It's a lot of pressure. It's a lot of damage coming. Another Saw Blades. Where are we going with that? The 1/1. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. Are we flashing in the Drowner this turn, or are we just using the map's tokens before they can Star Cage? If they make 2 blockers, we tap down 1. Maybe we're using the map tokens before the Star Cage. That's a good one to have on top, I think. Now we have a pair of 4/5s as well. That makes their Star Cage life way more awkward. Okay, we eke out a suspicious win versus the highest win rate deck in Standard. That's not so bad. I'm not going to say it's because our deck is busted and broken. They had an awkward time. I do like that our 3-drops played around potential Star Cages. A lot of decks struggle with that. Like the mono white life gain deck basically gets obliterated by Star Cage, but Our deck's a little more resilient just because we have a lot of 3-drops and 4-drops. I'm starting to doubt the 3-mana 2/2. I thought it would get to a 4/4 faster, but the Endure actually doesn't put a counter on itself, puts a counter on another creature. So maybe we should trim that card for something else. We're on the play. It's actually not a very good hand. There are a lot of ways this hand doesn't work out at all. It's a pretty sus keep, I would say. It looks good except for the fact that it's highly underwhelming in best of 1 standard. It doesn't do anything fantastic. It just kind of exists. Enter tapped. Is it? Okay. The other thing we could do is, instead of the 3 copies of that Grove guy, we could put in the Lumbering World Wagon. Gives us another layer of evasiveness. Pretty easily scales to 4 power. Also helps ramp us in our weird 22 land deck. I think I'd be down to make that change. I think we'll do that after this game. We'll take out Warden of the Grove. Cauldron ready to go. Okay, we cannot ramp into you yet. Well, we'll see if they just wombo combo here. Turn 3, discard VV, put in the Cauldron, go crazy. Okay, at least it's not a creature. Slightly better, because they won't have 2 creatures with counters. So they won't have double the VV mana. So there's VV. They do have the wombo combo. They'll be able to cast something else this turn. And yeah, we'll see if they just win this turn. Pretty riveting stuff. I'm gonna read some comments in the meantime because I think they're gonna have a really long turn here. Eidetic Memory, 2 mana open. Not the scariest thing I've seen. But if they play a creature, they can put counters on it. No? Okay. I mean, still pretty bad. I don't really see us winning too much from this position. It's the turn 3 killer combo. Plus they have an 8/8. Which, as you know, is tough in green, so we need into the Flood Ball. That's not it. Feeling a little pathetic by comparison, but we got some creatures. We're not dead yet. We're at 12 versus an 8/8. How bad could it be? They have infinite mana this turn. Okay, Jairu Sandin says, can we make another video of Celestia Rabbits in Edge of Eternities? We can. I honestly tried to film it. That was one of the... When I was taking a couple days off, I actually spent 2 days trying to film a good Rabbits video. I just didn't really like it. I just wasn't really feeling it. It didn't feel that new. Wasn't really anything to showcase. I don't know. It's a good deck. It's very top of the beats here. It's a very strong deck. I just wasn't really that into it. So I could try again at some point, but for whatever reason, it just wasn't working for me. Lots of people enjoyed watching yesterday's video, the 5-color Kona Cheat Legends In deck. There were a couple actually useful comments deck building wise. Some person was like, you should read the text on the Seriema and then you should cut the V dragon thing I put in because it's obvious that you should do that. And the reason they said that is because if the Seriema is stationed up, then all your tapped creatures have indestructible, and thus meaning, okay, well then you don't need to go fetch an indestructible creature because all your creatures have indestructible off the Seriema. But if you're against a control opponent and you just get lost to Seriema and then sweep next turn, then you just lose also. So I don't think it's a terrible point to make, but if your goal is to add a single card into a 60-card deck to have very specific tech against control, which can pretty much only destroy. Nobody's playing Sunfall, right? I don't even know if Sunfall might have rotated. I can't remember. But they're basically only destroy effects in control, and nobody's really playing Ride's End either. So, yeah, Indestructible is a very good stat line to have. So I think I would still stand by it. I think you do still want that Indestructible card in the deck, even if you can use the Seriema to, for a turn, stall out and give your stuff indestructible. I feel like our opponents just won here. Again, we didn't really need to pay attention because they're playing Solitaire. But we blocked the 12-12. Oh, they just... block the 12/12, block something else, and then they'll just win. So we can exit this game. We could keep chatting and reading comments, but at some point they just win. So yeah, I think I would still stick that Indestructible Dragon in there. I think you will want it in the deck. Lance Wilson says, you're gonna love playing with the One Ring. I guess that's also protection against opponents. Yeah, I never... Let's see, I wasn't actually playing Magic during the year that the One Ring came out, so I didn't do the whole Gandalf Lord of the Rings set. I've played against the One Ring a good amount. I guess I never played it myself, though. I'm aware when the One Ring comes down, you cannot deal damage to your opponents. I'm aware of that, but I guess I never played a card with the text myself. We're on the draw. It's actually kind of keepable. We have double elves, even if they kill the first elf. We're gonna keep it. It's be fine. But yeah, that's pretty cool tech to have the protection against opponents come through. That just annihilates so many decks, right? It's white. Tantamify says your start cages will be destroyed by Ultima. Yes, I'm aware that is how the interaction works. I'm very aware of that. This deck is effing sweet, dude. People like the Kona Legends deck. I'm glad you guys liked it. Okay, lots of comments about Doorkeeper. Because somebody yesterday was like, this deck folds to Doorkeeper or something like that. I guess we also bushwhack for the land here. We can shock this in. Or we can bushwhack now. Doesn't really matter. Can potentially play the Curiosity, although... it's probably the best move, I guess. Steam Rip. I don't know if they're, you know, some kind of control deck or not. Doesn't seem like Orzhov Sack. Not sure if Pixies... I guess they could play it as an enchantment to pump up the Scavenger, and then potentially bounce it and get a better target later. It could be Orzhov Pixies. Yeah, that is what it feels like here. We like the last land for now. I think the rookie can go. I think just flashing on the Curiosity should be very good for us. We'll see if they take out our creature here with like a... Safac. No. Okay, that's an issue though. That's a good card for them. Interesting. I mean, I think we want the Curiosity down as fast as possible. We're not guaranteed that fourth land too, so I think, yeah, I think we do want this. Opponent's got their own draw engine. Momentum Breaker, okay. Alright, we'll sack the elf. We could actually sack the Curiosity. Keep the mana. Nah, it's okay. Sack the elf. They might kill both anyway. Okay, okay. The Flood Maul bounce. Just for the Curiosity attack. Plus play a rookie. It's not that bad, actually. Dark Confidant is an issue. I think we do this, try to draw. I don't think they necessarily take this block. Unless they're already done, they have enough cards. So they give us the draw here. Okay. It's a 3-drop. Another creature for next turn. We can scale up to a 3/3. It can potentially attack through the Cecil a little bit. They hit land, which is nice for them. They're not losing any more life. Lantern. That's pretty good for us. Doesn't impact us at all. Nowhere to run. Okay, take the cat. We still have a 2/2 to scale up to a 3/3 soon. Oh, they exile our graveyard. That's actually pretty damn good. Okay, random lantern actually showing up there. Plus the Cecil returns. Ooh, okay. Mill a card, sure. The next land. Could probably just do a Roboride here. Just to be efficient. Take the block. Take the double block. Okay. That's interesting. What's up with that? It's pretty weird, right? Kieran, pick up the breaker, put the breaker back down. Pretty classic stuff. You are not that bad if we can get you cooking. I need to leave it alone for one turn. I think we probably just need to take the value if we can get it. See if we just can't hit more land or something. That's a good card too. I mean, that's quite good for us. Zenith, spell number 1. But no spell number 2? That's pretty interesting. Just land in hand? Or like a seam rip or something? Okay. I think we're just double spelling with the Warden of the Grove here. We could try to draw. I think it's better to just get the Warden of the Grove down. Drop to 8. Eat the Momentum Breaker. Alright. Opponent did not want to double spell, though. I wonder what that card is. It's a Pixie. Okay. They just want to save it as double spell this turn? Okay, well, I'm getting close to losing here. I think they just go Toll. 2-turn clock in the air, right? Go wide, down to 10. It's rough. They probably don't want to throw away the Zenith. I think we're just double spelling here. Versus drawing. Okay, spell number 1. Throw the rookie a bit. We're taking 4 in the air per turn. Surak has trample. We can give trample to the Sentinel as well. Not saving that for the double spell. Interesting. Okay. I mean, drawing's a little better than the map token, right? Don't think we need that card on top. If we draw, we can only cast a creature for 2. For 3 mana, we could hit what? Nothing really impactful. Into the Floodmaw could be good, I guess. Let's try this. Land, okay. Lethal presented. Everyone can get trample, so they do need to do something here. If the Floodmaw would have been clutch. We can give you trample. Still taking 8. Taking 11 currently. Okay, we're actually just short of lethal. Okay. More land. It's a lot of land. Okay. Opponent is at 1. We have 2-ish creatures with trample. Looks like we got him this game. Just land, yeah. We got enough trample to get through, I think. Hopefully. Whew. Okay. Did not really expect to get that one. Anyway, there was some comment about Doorkeeper, I don't know, shutting down some deck, and I was like, my response was, okay, but it's not played by anyone in Standard because it didn't do enough. The 2-mana 1/2 flash thing, there's a reason it's not main decked in Best of 1 Standard, and it's just not impactful enough. Even if you can list lots and lots and lots of cases where it could be good, if it's not played, it's because it's not good enough. So LTX Longshot says, Doorkeeper also stops the bat, Sephiroth, Sunspine Links, and some other stuff I can't think of right now. I'm sure it stops lots of stuff, but does it win you games is the question, and my guess is probably not. We actually probably look it up. Doorkeeper what? What is this thing called? Let's go to card stats. Okay, this is okay. I keep thinking we should take out the Warden of the Grove, though. It's not as good as I thought it was. We probably should take that card out. Opponent is playing true mono green. Get one of you down tapped. Alright, let's search for Doorkeeper. Thrall. Tifa's already down. It's quite lovely for the opponent. We need into the Floodmaw, or we probably just lose. Or we need them to have a suboptimal draw here. But if they go like... Whatever that little random 2-drop is that put counters on stuff. And then like, you know, fetch land. Yeah, that Bristly Bill into fetch land is pretty rough. Okay. Ten to the face. That's nice. Plus 1 mana open. No stick though. Okay, how could we possibly win here? Is there any way? Not really, right? Not really. Could chump block with the rookie. This thing has trample though. If we were ever gonna win, we just have to draw into Floodmaw. So anything that helps us, they're not gonna block because they're still gonna combo off on our face. And yeah, it doesn't take that much. Another fetch land is about enough, right? It's not a fetch land. They do have an 8/5, which is exciting. Oh, and now they have a 32. More than that. I think we're good. I think we're good, right? 9/18 and then 19/40. Yeah, we'll get out of there. This is why SIMIC is tough. Your only answer. Oh, we have into the Floodmaw, and then we have the Flood Pit's Drowner. And if you're not flooding, then you're losing that. Okay, so the problem is there are only 500 games from Bronze to Mythic with this Doorkeeper Thrall. For honesty's sake, your in-hand win rate, if it was in your hand at any point in the game, is a whopping 58.7%. Super good. The problem is the sample size is so low that it could be a terrible card. You just don't know. There's not enough data on that. If we go like Platinum to Mythic, yeah, there's just no way to know. But if we're being honest, the data looks really good. It's just the sample size is so low that it just doesn't mean anything. Decks that include it only have a 51.9% win rate. So even if the card itself is good, I guess there aren't many decks that want to wield it. We're on the draw. I keep forgetting to change out Warden of the Grove because we're still talking. One of these days I'll remember though. Okay. Turn 1 Elf. Turn 2 Awkward Warden. This is a good matchup for us though, right? Bending over Protect is also good for us. That's one of the only cards that can beat us. If we can live long enough to scale up a large creature, we can actually just straight up win with no effort needed. It's a fight spell? It's a Bushwhack. Okay, sad. I think it's just this. We don't know if they can hit Delirium yet. Zelander says you can put Summon Bahamut instead of Uremi in the 5-color Kona deck. I believe the destroy target permanent might be handy sometimes. You could. I think it's not legendary though, right? Some Graveyard Hate. We probably just need to hit land here, right? I think that's our only objective in life. Basic land. Opponent has not hit Delirium though, which is great for us. More green seems relevant. Can't scale the rookie. Just chill, and I guess we'll tap down the Curator. Take our sorcery. Okay, well that turns on Delirium. Tap down the Curator. They could probably make it a 7/7 this turn, I imagine, if they really wanted to. Oh, we're going to overprotect. Royal Treatment. Okay. I don't know if it's running out of time here. We have a very limited window. If we go land a Roboroid and they don't kill us, we go Roboroid again, I think we could win. But they need to just not do anything for 2 turns straight. 1 turn straight. 1 turn straight. They do nothing next turn and we hit land. I think we could win. Feels like it's not worth the double block. I mean, they're being super sus. They don't have enough mana. They can make you a 7/7 pretty easily if they shut off Delirium. If they have Violent Urge, do we lose? +1 and double strike, right? So that's 8, 12 damage. We don't lose. Feels like this is not what we want. We want to go land a Roboroid and then survive. If they go double Violent Urge, that would be a ton of combat tricks in the deck. We'd probably lose off that, right? Take 10, 18 exactly. Okay, we going for it or what? Alright, that's a lot of damage. That is an enchantment creature, and then they want what? An instant? One of their 2 instants should do it. And then they have a, what, 8/8? Down to 7. This thing has Ward 1, which is actually okay, I guess. Okay, we will try. Technically, they could draw another spell here. Yeah, we'll do this now. Before they potentially draw one last Hexproof spell. And if they have the Hexproof, they just win here. Opponent being very suspicious. Alright, I attempt to target it. It has Ward 1, I'm sure. I will auto-pay. So you have one more Hexproof spell. No. So we get another turn, which is not so bad. If they have the Violent Urge, just lose, right? We should probably take A block, I think. think the rookie goes. So we have 2 ways to... let's do it this way. The rookie at least scales into something good next turn. Don't think it's worth a double block. Very painful game of Magic for me. Yeah, I don't think I'd run Summon Bahamut if it's not legendary, and I think it's not legendary. Alright, this is actually a very good point that I did not think of yesterday, or 2 or 3 days ago. B-Man6464 says, in my Jeskai Paragon video, I would have Ultimate the Curiosity. It doesn't come back that way. Yeah, you give him the bat back, but you could just Helix it. Honestly, I didn't think about that. I didn't think about the fact that Ultima would end the turn, and then the Curiosity would not come back from the graveyard to the battlefield. Yeah, we'd kill the bat under our Star Cage, and they'd get a card back, but probably worth it. I mean, the Curiosity was a huge menace in that game. It was just impossible for me to get through, so I think that was a good idea, so thanks for sharing that. Retinue says, I've been playing a jank Resurrect deck so far this season, trying to save my wildcards, and Absolute Virtue, the protection against opponents, has won me countless games. Against any deck that has no or limited removal, it's just an insta win. Yeah, it seems really good, I agree. Alright, finally get to go. We do hit the last land. It's not enough, though. Probably should have shuffled this way, honestly, but I was busy talking and not thinking. I mean, I think we've just lost. I mean, our blocks are terrible every turn. We can make the Warden a 3/3. Opponent's being very sus. Yeah, I mean, neither the Warden or the ramp vehicle would actually play very well with the rookie. Okay, if it wasn't game before, I feel like it's game now. Untap this one too. I'm done. I'm done. I don't think we're gonna win this game. Warden is not very good with the rookie. It doesn't actually scale to a 4-drop before the next combat step. The card's definitely worse than I thought. I do think we need to change it. I'm just not 100% sure for what. Like, Tidebender is okay. Maybe. What else is, like, good? We could put in more Surak. I mean, you want to be able to grow the rookie. That's why the rookie's in there. But I'm just not really sure what else has 4 power that's in the 3-drop slot. Or can, like, scale to that. Trailblazer kind of works okay. Not really, though. We don't have that many 4-drops. Scrap Shooter's a generically pretty good card. We could just throw some random Scrap Shooters in there, call it a day. I think this card does need to come out, though. I really don't hate the idea of the World Wagon. It's just, it doesn't trigger the rookie. Otherwise, I think it's a good card. I think we'll try this out instead. We have plenty of basics, too. Yeah, we'll try it. Dappinus says on my Boros aggro deck, which was more like mono red with Shelter by Ghosts, and then also, I mean, the key thing is that instead of going full burn, I was going Shelter by Ghosts, which I think is very good. A much better version of it for the meta. Opponent goes first. We only have green. We only have 2 lands. We have no ramp. We're on the draw. We have a couple turns to hit a 3rd land, which would open up a lot. Maybe it's okay. 3rd land, Sentinel. Use map token, hit a 4th land. Maybe it's okay. Alright, this is gonna be brutal. Okay, that helps fix the mana a little bit. We do have Into the Flood Maw, so we do have A out. Okay, that's huge. Opponent off to a slow start here. We should get the free attack off the Recruit, because they shouldn't want to block anything. Let's fire it off. Dude's stuck on 1 land. Let's see if he can hit it. Otherwise, we get to go Sentinel. He does hit it. Alright, let's see the Ajani. There's the Ajani. It's a 3/3, about to be a 4/4. We do have Into the Flood Maw. We're not dead yet. Can still bounce this thing. Okay. Probably just has to be Sentinel here. Use the map token next turn. We have no way to cast a blue Flood Maul yet, which is tough. Because this can only be spent to cast a creature spell. So we do need a little bit to go right here. We need to hit a blue source. Okay, this is tough too. Spend this mana only to cast a creature spell. Can we spend the mana to pay for a cost? Or can we only cast? Can we only, if we're gonna use the mana to cast a spell? Oh, they take my ramp card. Yeah, asshole. Alright, never mind. I don't have to worry about that anymore. We're touching it too much. Opponent was like, must be a threat. Yeah, do you think we can use this mana to spend it to pay a ward cost or not? Alright, we do hit a land. It's a blue land also. We could bounce the Ajani right now. And then immediately cast the Elf too? I think it's maybe worth it. Okay, Johnny back. Heirloom back. Oh, we cannot use it to cast... we cannot use it on the map token. So I think that means that we can only use it to cast spells, and they must be creature spells. We cannot use the mana to pay for a ward cost. Okay, opponent gets to rebuild. We could potentially outscale them with a Roboroid if they don't have... We can take my Herd Heirloom again. That's okay, we have the mana. If they do not draw Shelter by Ghost, we could actually outscale them with Roboroid. We could actually grow faster than they can grow. We'll see, this will be interesting. Another land, I think it's gotta be this. I don't think they want to block you, so you can get in there. And then we could go crazy with a Roboroid. We could use all the map tokens to pump up a Roboroid before combat. And then give everyone, like, potentially 7 +1 counters, right? If we have only... we could still win this. We just blow all of our map tokens on the Roboroid and hit only non-lands. And we have a crazy scale this turn. Floodmaul's good too. Floodmaul is good too. Let's start with this plan though. Land on top, too bad. That's okay, we can afford one of those. Give me some non-lands, please. Oh, you bastard. We're still going for it. Come on. If you give me all lands, I'll be so sad. Alright, good. Anything on top is fine, honestly. We're out of map tokens though. We'll attack, get one more map token, which we could use now, I guess. So we'll play this one out. Okay, let's go to combat. Everyone gets 3 +1s. That's some good stuff. You're a nice attack. I don't think they want to trade a Johnny, so you can get in there too. I think it's also a kind of free attack, because we can always bounce out double blocks. So they double block any of these, then we just Flood Maul bounce. Chump there makes sense. We can also Flood Maul bounce underneath a shelter. Okay. So we're holding into the Flood Maul. I think we can use this map token one more time. I think only a Roboroid, hopefully. Okay, in Flood Maul we trust. They would need double shelter to really give us a hard time. I don't think they have it. That's okay. It's interesting, but okay. They'll gain a life. If we bounce this now, they can't shelter, right? It's not an angel. It is an angel. But they don't have enough mana to recast it. And they can't both have a land and a shelter as the last card. So next turn, the Roboroi puts 7 counters on all our creatures, right? Which is hopefully lethal with some trample off the paw patch. Okay. 1 to the face. They get an 8/8. We're just playing out all sorts of stuff this turn. We have no other way to pump the Roboroid, right? U plus Surak is fine, I think. We'll just give everyone as many counters as possible. Okay, let's do it. Give them heck. I don't think they're beating that. Whew! The win against Mono White. This is why you main deck all the Flood Moths. Feeling pretty good about that one. Yeah, Dapinus says on the Boros aggro video, I was doing with Shelter by Ghost instead of like full burn. He says, I agree with everyone saying this deck is cracked on best of 1. I'm pushing for Mythic this month. Usually I end up in Platinum and I stop playing, but I'm on vacations and want to see if I can get it. Climbed to Diamond 4 with Orzhov Sacrifice, but thought the deck wasn't good enough to secure consistent wins. I crafted a first version of the Boros deck with Hellkites, but it felt it wasn't made for me. I'm not really a good burn player. Went 5-4 before I saw your video. All this to say, thanks a lot, man. I thought I used my last tokens for a deck I wasn't good with. Turns out your version is way more consistent, Shelter by Ghost, and works much better for me. I'm currently Diamond 2, 1 victory away from Diamond 1 on 18 wins and 6 loss run. It feels amazing. We're on the play. We need the third land desperately. We have no way to ramp into it, but I think we'll keep this. Good. I'm glad to hear it. Glad you're having a good time. I don't think we really need a turn 1 Flood Maw. It's very unlikely, right? We'll save it for a nastier target. Okay, we have no lands. We need 1 more land to get anything moving here. Alright, it is the Artifacts deck again. We shall see if we can win one more time. It's a land, let's go. I think just Sentinel here. Gotta try to hit land. They could target something and you could want the Surak, but I think we gotta try to hit land if we can. Do nothing. Okay. So that means they're gonna... I guess you want to kill one of our creatures, right? Seems like a good time to Curiosity. This guy does not tap. So it actually does not die to the Saw Blades. They could potentially have a counterspell, but usually people don't. I mean, I think their Saw Blades has no targets. No, they do actually have the counter. Okay, we still think they're artifacts. They dropped to 15. Relic for 2, still no big 3 drops. I guess if you're worried about no more lies, then you Surak post-combat here. How good is this? We're gonna Surak this turn. We'll have 5 mana next turn. We can actually cast it next turn. I think it's okay. I think it's okay. See if they let us move to combat. They do. We get another map token. This is uncounterable through No More Lies. If they run 3 steps ahead, they may run No More Lies. We don't know if they're secretly gonna Day of Judgment us, which would be sad. But I think you don't play around that if you assume they're artifacts. Tap land, surveil. There's another relic. I mean, they still look like artifacts here. We do have a creature land, which is pretty good versus Day of Judgment. It's just a snare, though. We do get the draw off the Surak. And we basically have lethal. If we just Sanctuary and then map token, we could very well find lethal here. Another Sanctuary too. Nice. It's already lethal. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Well, I think we'll call the video there at the 50-minute mark. We did vastly better than we could have hoped for, right? We ended up winning the mono white matchup, which is tough. You just have to have Flood Maw. We won double games against Artifacts, which is the best deck in Standard, so that doesn't feel so bad. I don't remember what else other games we played. We ended up doing okay on the day, though. I'll tell you that. We lost the one game against VV, where they just sat there for a million hours and took their big solitaire turn. But that's okay. What are you gonna do? Boy, I know. If I was a better content creator, I would slap the win rate and say, you won't believe this deck. And boy, if you crafted it, you'd probably get shafted a lot. So I would not craft this deck. That's my honest opinion. I think you're just really going to have a hard time with so much of the meta. Like, if you're lucky with Flood Maw, yes, you can beat the mono white matchup. But if you're not, you just auto lose that because you don't scale up in general as quickly as they do. You can. If a Roboid works out, you can obviously scale up if they don't have shelter, but a lot of times they'll just be faster than you. Mono red, you should probably just get trounced by this deck. You just specifically need a Drowner to take away the Nemesis. And then again, you're really hoping to get lucky and have the Roboid scale you out of range and hope you don't just die to burn. Even the mono green matchup, we definitely lost that one, right? Yeah, they went like 40 power trample. Again, you just have to have Flood Maw, otherwise you lose. And yeah, it's tough. It's tough, but we did okay today. I don't know what to do about the 3-drop slot. You can definitely leave me a comment. Doesn't pair well with the rookie, right? Because it comes as an artifact, and so you don't get the trigger there. But I wasn't really sure what else to run. I thought the Warden would scale up to a 4 toughness creature, but Enduring puts counters on the other creature that comes in, or creates a spirit token. So you can't put it on itself and get it to a 4-powered creature next turn to attack with the Hurt Heirloom. So I don't know. I'm sure one of you guys has a better idea. I think there should maybe be another 3-drop with 4 power that's worth putting in. Even like a second legendary Surak and something else could be okay, but if you're going to run the rookie, you should probably have all your 3-drops scale it up. I mean, you could always go with like the Tidebender, but again, it's harder to get up to 4 power with the Herd Heirloom. And I think you want this. I think you want the Herd Heirloom and the Curiosity in the deck to give you some kind of draw power. Otherwise, just fall flat. So, all right, we survived today. I'm very thrilled. I'm very thrilled we just did not get steamrolled for an hour straight. If you enjoyed today's video, you can like and subscribe and leave a comment. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one.